was walking in here and I was looking at the number of years, and it said 44th year. Guess what, guys? The last time I was up here on the platform, on the dais, as the board chair, we were celebrating 25 years. And so I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for the privilege and the great honor of sharing this evening with you tonight and being your commencement speaker. But before we get into anything seriously, let's take a moment, right? Because I'm looking around, and all too often I think we're all experiencing ceremonies and moments like this through our phones, right? Everybody in full-blown paparazzi mode. So I see the family members up there with, their cameras. Let's chill out for a second and let's just live in the moment, right? I want you all to put your phones down, close your eyes, all of you. I'm gonna get into my auntie mode. Auntie says, close your eyes. Now take a deep breath. In and out. Now open your eyes. And I want you to look around. Look to your right, look to your left. Take in all the gowns. Look at the people with the fans. Look at all the proud faces. It's all part of the memory. Because this is one of those very rare days that you will always remember. You always remember it. So be here, not just for the gram, but for the feeling. And I hope the feeling that you have for yourself right now is feeling it like, that song? I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling, right? Because you all earned it. There are 200 graduates here today, all gathered in this crowd. But each one of you has your own story, your own journey, your own version of what it took to reach this day. And honestly, guys, I'm just looking out at all these faces. You're all giving me some main character energy, and I'm here for it. You know what I mean? You're here, you're wearing that gown, and your name is about to be called. Your family is so proud. They're here cheering you on because you set a goal and you made it happen. How? Because you had a vision, you had people behind you, you kept showing up. All of that is true. But let's not leave out the most important part. What really got you here was ambition. I know. Ambition gets a really, really bad rap. Because too often times when we call somebody ambitious, they're really the people who are out there chasing status or stepping on people to get ahead. We all know that schemer in the background, the person who's always working the angles, the one who sacrifices what's right for the group to do what's best for themselves, chasing titles, seeking the fame. That's not ambition, man. That's being a politician. I'm just kidding. That's okay, you can laugh. But you on the other hand are here because of a different kind of ambition. At some point, you made a decision to do more for yourself. Some of you looked at your kids and said, I need to do more for them. Some of you looked around in this community and said, I want the skills to give back to do more for all of us. And that, my dear friends, is ambition in its best form. And what sets you apart is that your ambition wasn't about ego. It wasn't about the applause. It was driven by purpose. And in my house, we celebrate purpose, y'all. And because I have a mic, we're about to do this right now, okay? So if you're here today because you wanted to make your family proud, I want you to make some noise. That's right. And if you are a mama and papa and you're here today because you wanted to set an example for your children, can I get a chee-hoo? And if you're here today because you want to give something back to this community, can I get an amen? And if you're here because you knew deep down you were meant for more life, more growth, more possibility, make some noise. All right, fam, let's give all that purpose a round of applause. Because that's what this moment is about, guys. Purpose. Not the title, not the paper, not the gowns and the beautiful headpieces, although a lot of y'all be looking super fly. It's about purpose. And look, I know it can be super tempting to chase the title. We all know someone who wants the nameplate before they've done the work. We all know the type, you know? The ones that don't ask, how can I help? But they ask, what's the position I can get? But that's not you, right? Because when you chose to go back to school or finish what you started or push through when life got hard, you didn't do it for applause. You did it because something bigger pulled you forward. You had ambition, but it was ambition with a purpose. And that's what leadership should look like. Not showing up when the cameras are on, but showing up when no one is watching. Doing the work, doing the hard thing, doing the what's right, even when there's no reward attached. So whatever comes next, whatever title you earn, whatever career you build, don't forget what got you here. It wasn't just your grades. It wasn't just your hustle. It was the reason behind it. And that reason, that why, is the most powerful thing you've got. And that's the kind of ambition we need more of here in the CNMI. Because ambition without purpose, man, that's just noise. But ambition with purpose, now that's where change happens. That's where progress starts. And if your ambition is going to lead with purpose, then you have to know what you're carrying. Because we don't walk into these roles empty-handed. We walk in with our values, our experiences, our identities, and our culture. And that's where the theme of tonight comes in. The flame of culture, the power of knowledge. Culture is our inheritance. It's the fire that's passed down generation to generation like a torch. It can warm us, guide us, but if we're not careful, it can not only burn us, it can burn the whole house down. Because there are two kinds of culture. The kind that lifts us up and the kind that holds us back. Culture that tells young girls to stay silent to protect the abuser in the family. That calls women angry, but calls men strong. Culture that tells us to vote for family instead of asking who's most qualified to lead. Culture that believes preserving itself means tearing down those with different backgrounds. Culture that says respecting your elders means staying silent, even when they're making decisions that hurt our future. And that's where knowledge comes in. Because knowledge isn't just about books or grades or diplomas. It's power. The power to question, the power to think for yourself, the power to challenge what no longer serves us and to rebuild what does. And that is the power you have earned right here at NMC. That's what takes the best of our culture and makes it something worth preserving. That's what makes you dangerous, but dangerous in the best way possible. Let me tell you something, man. Especially for those of us from small places, places too many people overlook. When someone from the CNMI dares to be ambitious, it makes people uncomfortable. And if you're a woman and you speak up, they call you combative. Believe me, I know. If you're from the islands and you dream big, They say you're unrealistic, and if you push for more, they say you're asking for too much. And for you to read the room. But what they're really saying is stay in your place. And to that, I say, hell no. There will be moments, many of them, where you will have to decide, do I stay quiet or speak up? Do I play it safe or lead with my elbows? Do I accept what is or fight for what could be? Now, not every fight is worth it, but some are. The fights that lift people up, the fights that protect what matters, the fights that challenge the idea that power only lives in Capitol Hill, DC, or New York, or some faraway place. You are stepping into the world that doesn't always see you coming. So don't wait for permission. Listen, man, I'm just a girl from Tinian. I never ran for office before. Didn't even want my name in the lights. And to be honest, this seat, this job, it didn't have my name on it. Hell, my last name is King-Hinds. I'm married to a black man. I'm half Australian, raised by a black man, and spent most of my legal career being called the designated bitch. Because I was the one giving people the honest truth. And sometimes, here in the scene am I, being honest is not just very political. But I had a moment just like all of you, when I looked at this community still struggling, not from COVID, but from what we failed to fight for. Fights that bring jobs back for graduates like you. Fights for your right to use the degree you earn right here at home. Fights for our place in this nation and for the rights we hold only because we refuse to let them go. Fights for programs like those here at NMC, programs that bring dreams to life and ambition to reality. That was my purpose. And the ambition that drove me forward wasn't for the title. It is to do the work. And you know you're in the right place when you do the good work through the position, not for the position. I heard something recently that I think is the best advice I can give you. Bring honor to your job. Don't expect the job to bring honor to you. There's a lot of titles we admire: congresswoman, lawyer, governor, president, and there are jobs that some people look down on. I know one young student, brilliant with a razor, funding his way through school, working as a barber. But he hid it from his parents, who were longtime CWs, because after a lifetime of sacrifices, holding on to a dream of a better life for their family, his parents thought that it wasn't a job worthy of their son. But listen, it wasn't the title that gave him honor. He brought honor to his work. He did it well, with pride, with excellence. People look down on pig farmers until the pig farmer shows up, invests in himself, and through his work, they start seeing him as an innovator, entrepreneur, and a leader in his field. Shout out Kamoy Farms. He brought honor to that role. And we need to stop letting the harmful fires of our culture draw these false lines. There are no CW jobs and local jobs. There's no such thing as government jobs being more honorable than work in the private sector. Some of the hardest, most honest labor in our community doesn't happen behind a desk. It happens in kitchens, in classrooms, storefronts, and clinics, on construction sites, and in the fields. And it deserves the same respect. Work, real work, is identified by how you do it, not what it's called. By the effort, the integrity, and the pride that you bring to it. That's what defines who you are in this community. Not rank, not agency, and honor by itself. I honor to this role every day through the work. Fail in the future, but that you keep showing up and you keep working. So long as I keep showing up. Do it. It to make you proud. Let your purpose guide you. I don't deserve. You are where you come from, and because the world doesn't need. It needs more like you. I believe that's exactly who you are. Community has prepared you to be. So proud of you. I love you. Now